Alright, what is going on, guys? This is GM Bush back with another video. Couple things right off the bat. I just want to apologize, I've been a little inactive lately. Moving into college, getting classes started, getting everything figured out. Should be good now, should start to see more uploads again. Just took me some time to get settled in. Secondly, you're gonna notice the coin count, the team overall is down. I've got some things planned, some investments. You'll see, I'll have a video about that later, kind of see where we're at, but won't worry about that for too much right now. What I wanted to do is look at power-ups, where you should use your passes. This is completely my opinion. Some of these are going to be similar to other YouTubers. Some of them I'm sure will be different. This is what I think. Right off the bat, I based these off of cards that have a lot of value in general, like core elites, so that you don't have to pay as much for the elite. Secondly, if I think they're going to get a lot of cards throughout the year, I'm not going to recommend using Power Up Pass on a guy who might get one card down the line. You want to get someone who's going to give you a lot of value through the whole Madden season. And thirdly, I kind of tried to go 3 per pass. So for each overall pass that you have, I tried to pick out 3 to 4 names. 1 or 2 of them have 5 because they're a little bit bigger. Groupings, and also I didn't put any O linemen in this. Every single pass you could use on an O lineman, and it would be a good call because of how expensive those cards go for. Just want to put that out there because realistically, I could just say for everything, get an O lineman, and it would make sense. So starting off, 80 to 81s. I have 3 for this one. We're going to start off with the cornerback from the Cleveland Browns, and that's going to be Denzel Ward. I know he's a little more expensive than everyone else. I expect he's going to get some cards down the line. And if you look at his stats, powered up, he's already got 89 speed. I know he doesn't have the best coverage stats, but again, here you see so many Tyreek Hills, cards like that. I think he's a really good substitute, and I think for if you can't afford the top tier corners. And I just think he's a little bit more on the pricier side for 80-81s, and I think he's going to get some cards and that speed later on. If he gets like a 88, I know last year I think he had an 88 most feared. If he gets a card like that, his elite will shoot up in value, and you'll save yourself the hassle of having to have it or decide to sell it or whatever. So that's number 1. Number 2, Darren Waller from the Raiders. I mean, speaks for itself. It's a 30K 81 overall card. It's just really pricey for his overall. He's got the speed, good catching stats. Not the best blocker, but he gets the job done. He's one of my favorite tight ends so far in this game, and I think he's going to get more cards. He played really well last year for the Raiders. Expect him to get more cards. Expect that to be a good one. And then lastly, a little bit of a sneakier pick, I think. Again, 80-81s, there's not a lot of cards that go for a ton in this value. In this overall, so it's really not like you're looking for value saving at this point. It's just more who I think is going to get some really good cards and they'll go up. So number 3 is going to be Todd Gurley. Last year he had a mud superstar. Everyone ran it for a decent amount of time. I just think his cards, when he gets a new one, typically they're very good. I know his power up's not that much, unlike some of these other guys. I would highly suggest it. Again, there's not a lot of 80 to 81s that go for more than 14, 15K, so it's just gonna save you as much as any other power-up pass, but I do think when he gets a new card, it's gonna be really good. Alright, 82s to 84s. Again, some of these power-ups are gonna be a lot. The power-up itself, but you also save a lot with the pass, so it kinda works itself out. Number 1, I think a lot of people have probably said this, Jamal Adams, one of the most expensive 84 core elites in the game. This dude is an animal, and I think on Seattle he's going to really stand out even more, so expect a lot of cards from him down the line. That's my prediction. Definitely a guy I want at my safety position, especially when he gets upgrades. Just an all-around good hit power, good decent coverages, good speed. I just think he's just a very special player in the league right now, and I think his cards kind of resemble that. Number 2, he's a big name. He's going to get cards. That's going to be OBJ. He's not that much pricier than at most 84s right now, but again, he's always going to get cards. He's a little on the shorter end, but he's got amazing catching stats. He's kind of been a EA fan favorite for quite a while since he was a cover athlete, which makes sense. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets more cards down the line, and I think this is just going to be a really, really good card to put a power-up pass in. Again, I know his power-up is expensive, but I think it's about 30k right now. You'd be spending 70k to get him fully powered up rather than 30 with your pass, so it does save you some. And then lastly is actually going to be an 83. We're going to go to the Falcons 83 middle linebacker Deion Jones. I think he's a MUT favorite. I think most people use him. Great speed. He's very expensive for an 83 overall. 84 speed on a middle linebacker, 85 powered up. He's going to be a great user card. And when he gets more cards, whenever he gets a new card, it almost always puts him to one of, if not the fastest middle linebackers in the game. So the second you see that card get an upgrade, his price and power up price are going to shoot up. So you can save yourself those coins. Use the pass. Alright, and again, O-linemen, always an option. I'm not even going to mention them just because, why? They're just always an option. 85, 86, I actually have 5 here. 4 really important ones, and then one just kind of put the name out there. So number 1 is Julio. Again, very expensive 86, great receiver. Another fan favorite. I think he's getting a new card, probably a limited this upcoming week in the Superstar program. It saves you 90k. 90k is a lot, especially when you're working with a budget. Number 2, Von Miller, Broncos, 80k card. I'm mainly using these passes to save coins. He's, again, another card that's going to get a lot of upgrades throughout the year. He's going to save you a lot. Always going to be a valuable player. Number 3, I think most people are using their power-up passes on this guy. He's not even an 86, he's an 85, so I gotta reset that filter. And that is gonna be Jalen Ramsey. This dude's going for 90k. He's a man coverage beast. Not the fastest, but he is known to get some filthy cards later on in the year. And when he gets like a 93, 94, it is gonna be one of the best corners in the game, is my opinion. So get him now. Get him before he becomes even more expensive. And then lastly, before I get into just like a side note, I'm going to go Myles Garrett. Again, you're saving 90k for an 85 overall. Apparently a lot of people like him this year. I haven't personally used him. It's a good D end. I don't think he's the best right end, and I'm sure you know who I'm talking about, but we'll get into that for a power-up pass, but he is an option. And then lastly, I'm not going to go into it, but if you don't have Lamar, if you didn't get the MVP edition, you can't do wrong with Lamar because he's always going to be expensive, especially when he gets new cards. And then lastly, 87, 88s. Also, the other thing quickly is you could use these on Team Diamonds, but the power-ups are just as expensive half the time, so you might as well use it on a base elite who's going to get a lot more cards. So number 1's going to be Aaron Donald. I mean, you use this Aaron Donald, he's going to get far more upgrades in my opinion than any 88, 87 Team Diamond. So 250k you're saving. Best D lineman in the game in my opinion. Always makes plays. Gets a lot of good cards. I think this is probably the unanimous. Most people say this is who you should use your power-up pass on. If you're not going to use it on him, I mean, option number 2, again, probably the second most picked power-up pass option, is going to be the one and only Tyreek Hill. Speed is king in this game. He's going for 300k right now. I think that's too much. You can find budgety speed receivers. I know no one's as fast as him. But 300k for a guy who I believe is 5'10", 5'11", I'm personally not a fan of it. 5'10". I know he's the fastest. I don't like his cards personally. I know he's the fastest. He's really good. I don't like him. And then the last one is going to be 87, Khalil Mack. He is probably one of the top linebackers in the game right now, besides Sam Mills, Muttmaster, maxed out. And he's an 87, he's almost 200k, and I I think he's going to, again, I think he's going to get a lot of upgrades. I think it's a good early on investment. You get these, if you take all these guys that I just mentioned and you use a power up pass on all of them, I think all of those cards are going to see a lot of upgrades throughout the year, and you're going to see that investment pay out in the long run. But those are what I would recommend using power up passes on. That's me personally. Everyone's got their own opinions. Feel free to let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments below. Be interested to hear everyone else's thoughts, and if I helped out, or if this video helped you out at all, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. Have a good one, guys. I'm out.